Hello. In this lecture, we will do the special purpose diodes. That is, we are going to do the photodiode, light emitting diode and the solar cell. Now, photodiode, it is the symbol of the photodiode, anode, cathode, and the light is incident on the diode. Working of the photodiode. Photodiode is a special purpose diode and it works under the reverse biasing below the breakdown voltage. When the photon strikes the diode, the electron-hole pair is generated. The holes move towards the anode and the electron moves towards the cathode and photocurrent will be generated. The entire current through the diode is the sum of the current in the absence of light, which is called dark current, and the current which is generated due to the light. It is generally operated in the reverse bias mode. When there is no light, the photocurrent is called dark current. This current, when there is no light, this current is called dark current. With the increase in the intensity of the light, the amount of the photocurrent increases. Applications: it is used for detecting optical signals, to automatic switch on and switch off the lights. It is used in electronic counters and for reading the computer cards, etc. The second is LED. As its name indicates, it is the light emitting diode. It is heavily doped junction diode which gives out visible light when forward biased. This diode converts the electrical energy into light energy. The symbol of the LED is this one. It is a symbol of light emitting diode. The LEDs have the following advantages over the ordinary lamps or the bulbs. Number one, it operates at low voltage, consumes less power, no warm-up time is required, life is long, fast on-off switching capability. The IV characteristics of the LED is similar to the SI silicon junction diode. Means graph is same, but it is different for different colors. The reverse breakdown voltage of LEDs are very low. It is about 5 volt. So care should be taken that high reverse voltage do not appear across them. LED is used in forward biasing. And when the diode is forward biased, electrons from the N region moves to the P region and the holes from the P moves to the N. At the junction boundary, the concentration of minority carrier increases compared to the concentration when there is no biasing. Thus, on either side of the junction, excess of minority carriers are there, which recombine with majority carriers near the junction. On recombination, the energy is released in the form of photons. Photons with energy equal to or slightly less than the band gap are emitted. When the forward current of the diode is small, the intensity of light is also small. As the forward current increases, intensity of light increases and reaches a maximum value. LED used in remote controls, calculators, digital clock and optical communication. Now the next is solar cell. As all of you know, the solar cell is a diode which converts solar energy into electrical energy. It works on photovoltaic effects. That is, when light is incident on an open circuited PN junction, means when it is not connected with a battery and the light is incident on such diodes, the EMF is generated across the terminals. And this is the photovoltaic EMF and the phenomena is called photovoltaic effect. Now the junction diode for the solar cell is consist of the p-type silicon wafer whose thickness is about 300 micrometer, and over the p-type silicon wafer the n-type silicon is grown on one side by diffusion process. The other side of the p-type silicon is coated with a metal, and on the top of the n-type silicon layer metal finger electrodes is deposited which act as a front contact. The metallic grid occupies only the very small fraction of the area so that light can be incident on the cell from the top. Now the working of the solar cell. The generation of the EMF by a solar cell when light falls on it is due to the three processes: generation, separation and collection. The electron-hole pairs are generated when the light is incident on it close to the junction. These electrons and holes are separated due to the electric field of the depletion regions. Electrons move toward the N side and holes to the P side. The electrons reaching the N side are collected by the front contact and the holes reaching the P side are collected by the back contact. Thus, P side becomes positive and N side becomes negative and give rise to the photovoltage. When an external load is connected, as shown in the figure, the photocurrent flows through it. Now it is the IV characteristic of the solar cell. It is drawn in the fourth quadrant of the coordinate axis because solar cell does not draw current but supplies the same to the load. It is the open circuit voltage, it is the short circuit current. The materials which are used for the solar cells should have the energies which is very close to the 1.5 electron volts. So we can use silicon, gallium arsenide, cadmium tellurium, etc. The important criteria for the selection of the material and for the fabrication of the solar cell are that is the band gap should be in between 1 to 1.8 electron volt. High optical absorption, electrical conductivity should be good. It should be available. It should be low cost. And sunlight is not always required for the solar cell. Any light with photon energy is greater than the band gap can use. Uses of the solar cell. These are used to power electronic devices in satellites and the space vehicles, and also as power supply to some calculators. The production of the low-cost photovoltaic cells for the large-scale solar energy is a topic for the research. Thank you and have a nice day.